Guys, why are there so many people comfortable with failing at success? Like, I swear the majority of people would rather succeed at failing than catch a couple losses on their way to success. Like, they're more afraid about the what if this and what if that and what if I miss out on this and what if that doesn't work and it's risky and it's scary and it's okay, but like, what if you end up like everybody else? You've already proved you could do that. That's easy. That's by default that you end up cooked. Like, what happens if, that's it's more scary for people though to succeed or deal with what comes with the path of success or even catching a couple losses on the way to success than it is scary for them to succeed at failure. Like, they'd rather, that's mind boggling. That's insane, right? That's crazy. And it's like there's a lot of people too, not just in entrepreneurship, but just in the world in general. Like, they've created, like, and this is something I was thinking of this morning when I was doing my mind, body, spirit, and prayer and stuff. This came to me on some, like, I just realized that, like, all my haters, or just like haters in general, are like worshiping the same Satan that I defy without even realizing it. Like, they don't even, like, they may say they believe, but they don't really believe. If they knew who was on their side, they wouldn't be so afraid of everything except God. Like, how is it that people are afraid of everything except the creator of the universe? Like, like, people are afraid of their own shadow more than they are of God. That's a big problem in the world. That's a big problem. That's where a lot of this stuff stems from, is people being afraid of this and afraid of that and afraid of that. And it's okay. And people hit you with the people are in their room talking about, like, oh, God doesn't understand me. He doesn't understand what I've been through. Like, you're talking about the only entity that understands everything ever, and he doesn't understand what you've been through. But your excuse is too big for him, right? Your excuse is what? Justification of why your goals need to be, like, you know, smaller than what you've been created to achieve. Like, you don't understand, like, your creator has created the universe that dwells within you, offers you a path of guidance and clarity and, basically mentorship in this entire world of life. And yet you're letting, like, fear run your life, which is, like I said, demonic, devil worship, because you're putting your worldly beliefs and your own fears and your own ways and culture above God. So you don't really believe in God. You may think he's real, but you think he's fake at the same time. How does that make sense? Like, I see a lot of non-believers, like, and so-called believers still pushing the whole, like, either following someone else or becoming, like, so addicted in false acknowledgement of others that they put everything in their own powers, so they think anyway, at controlling the controllables, to the point that they're doing exactly what scripture says not to do, which is leaning on their own understanding, leaning on their own strength, because that just leads to, you're made in the image of God, but then you're trying to obey and bow to an image that's not God, which is technically your own thoughts or the thoughts of another human, which have nothing to do with, like, the assignment given to you by God. Like, so that's just crazy. That all kind of correlates together with where your spiritual alignment is where your I've noticed your risk tolerance is as well, or your capability and capacity of thinking lies where your spiritual beliefs are at the same time, which is super crazy to me. People don't believe in themselves because they don't believe in the God that created them. Put that together. That's crazy, right? And even for non-believers, there's some out there that are successful and they still believe more in themselves than you do. Like, you don't believe in either yourself or God. So it's like, I'm not saying you have to be a Christian to be successful, but it's like, you don't believe in anything except what a, an absolute scamming society told you to believe in. With what you do with that information is many, many possibilities, but just take a moment to reflect and think, am I doing this because I'm seeking validation from my peers, or it's because it's what like someone that doesn't know anything about anything told me to do, or is there like a greater purpose or a reason behind like your way of life? Like just really sit and think. If you have no idea, the best piece of advice is to first seek the kingdom, and all things shall be added unto you. Like it says bar for bar in scripture, which is very true. That's how it works. If you have no idea what to do, just seek guidance from your creator, seek guidance from within. Really sit and think about like, what am I actually supposed to be doing here? Because I'll tell you, if you go ahead and just forfeit your whole life to a system that told you it's more worth it to succeed at failing than it is to fail at succeeding, you've already, shot yourself in the foot by doing that. On the flip side, if you at least just go ahead and take action, put real thought, because just the acknowledgement of realizing it's possible is going to take you farther than someone that just goes ahead and forfeits and says, well, I would rather just succeed at failing. They'll never even get to tie their shoes on the way out the door. So just take that information, really sit and think, am I really shooting myself in the foot? I only get one life. Should I just take a biggest risk possible and try to succeed at failure? Or should I at least take a chance knowing I only have one and actionably move towards a success, whatever that may look like for you, whether it's mental health or personal development or business or a new skill or whatever it may be, getting into sales. Sit and think, what is that? What kind of life could that offer? Where would that put me? Yeah, okay, there might be a risk, but who cares about that? We're not. Don't start with the risk. Start with what happens if it does work though. Like, what if it does work? What does that look like? That right there will be able to fixate your mindset towards the correct alignment to actually be able to bring to fruition the right steps that it takes to attain what it is you're looking for. Hopefully I broke that down smooth, but it's 2026 now. It's time to get rich. You said last year was your year. This year, don't let that happen again. You can have anything, and you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Let's go.